back here with another interview video. This time it's with a Jinn spirit. In case you aren't familiar with what a Jinn is, you can always go and watch my video where I speak about Jinns. It's lower down here on my site. So this spirit has picked this doll. This is a Dynasty doll. She still has her hang tags on her. She's called the Butterfly Princess. I bought this for my collection, but I need to thin down my collection because I need to move. She is in basically practically pristine condition. Her eyelashes, the hair is still styled, a little bit messy, but no rips, stains, tears, cracks. Her dress is still perfect. So it's a beautiful doll. I'm kind of sad to see it go, but again, like I said, I need to move and have to thin out, and so I offered up this doll, and the Jinn said that they wanted this. So obviously, if you've watched any of my other Jinn spirit videos, I do not say their full names out loud. I use only their initials, and I only allow their full names to go to the person that has decided to allow them into their home. I do this because Jinns can be summoned away from the item that they are connected to. Now granted, every doll that leaves here has a protection spell on it that keeps that spirit from being summoned away against their will if they choose not to go. However, out of respect to the Jinn culture, who do not want anyone else to know their name, I do not reveal it on the video. I do not reveal it in their description. When you get the doll with the Jinn spirit attached, you will have a name card with their full name on it. So you alone will know what their name is. Jinns are great for, and again, like I say this in the video, just like in Disney's Aladdin, there are quid pro quos, and there are certain rules, things they can't do, but they are great. I know my Jinns are very helpful with my witchcraft spells, and they will be gearing up very soon to help me enact everything that I'm asking for during my spring equinox worship ceremony. So that's something to keep in mind if you are a witch, a new witch. Even if you are not a necromantic witch, a helpful spirit is always a great thing to have on hand because they can really enact things. So without further ado, I'm going to start talking with this spirit. Now, this spirit is a female spirit, otherwise they wouldn't choose to go into a female doll. I do have other items that they could choose, but this is a female Jinn, and as I said, I will only give the first initial of your name, but can you tell me what your name is? So we're going to call you D. Okay. So, D, can you tell me what year, according to our modern calendars, you were born in? Do you know what year? So you were born in the year 4838 BC, is that correct? Very ancient. And you have never reincarnated in that time? So you've been roaming around since then? Okay. She's saying something about a cave. What? Now, was this after you died? She said something about a cave of souls. Okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's how you stay cohesive. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So what she's saying is, the part of the world she's from, there's a place. Now, did a living call it that? Did they even know where it is? Okay. She said that there is a place that the dead go to, and for them, they call it the Cave of Souls, because the souls of the dead cluster there. And it helps them to stay cohesive because there are a lot of crystals that are basically, and it's like it goes, this cave goes, she says it goes very, very deep, very deep. And she said the crystals stay charged by the energy of the earth. And like I always say in my videos, you know, spirits need energy to stay cohesive, and this is how they stay cohesive for so long, because this Cave of Souls has so much energy built up in it from the crystals that it can support many, 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 many spirits. And this is how she managed to stay cohesive for so long without reincarnating, because of this Cave of Souls. Okay. She says it's near present-day Jordan, and it is underground. It runs under, like deep, deep under. It's very long. It's almost like a tunnel, but they call it the Cave of Souls because when you go in, it's like a cave entrance, and you go in, and then you go under, and she says it's very deep. She says, and it runs. She's like, this huge tunnel just runs and runs and runs all underneath the earth. She's just like, she says, for a very long time. Yeah. So what culture did you come from? Is that culture, or I should say country, still in existence today? No. It starts with a P. Are you Egyptian? No. No. I thought I heard her saying, no, that couldn't have been it. Because that was at the end of those were Greek, and that was at the end of the reign. Were you like a nomadic tribe? Okay. I want to say she's saying something like Pothamus or Potharos or something like that. I'm going to have to look it up. If she was a nomadic tribe, you know, they could have been absorbed into another culture and there could be very little existence of them. Where was your tribe, like what lands did you go through? If we look at a present day map, where was your tribe traveling? What lands? Lebanon? Syria. So in present day Syria? Okay. She said we traveled through present day Syria and parts of Iraq and Iran. So they were pretty nomadic. So you were nomadic, but you were like a band of like traders and merchants and stuff. And in today's terms, we'd probably call you gypsies, right? Yeah. But they were basically like land merchants. They were like a traveling trading post, basically. They would stop here, and they would trade for these goods and this goods and these goods. And then they would go to another place, and then they would take those goods and trade for other ones. And it was just like around. It was like a big circle. She says it was more like she said not quite a square, but not quite a triangle. But she said that's what they did. Okay. Now, do you want to tell me about your life? Okay, let's talk about your life. Did you marry? Yeah, she married. She had 3 children. They were all boys. Now, did you have a good family dynamic with them? Yes. They were good. She said they were good sons. They always took care of their mother. And honored their father. She said they honored their father and took care of their mother. Did you have like any I get the feeling that you're kind of artistic. She loves bright colors. Oh, I just got like a color. She loved bright colors. And I think she was like I want to say, because I'm like looking at her like shawls or scarves. And now, were you a weaver? You did. She weaved them. So, oh, okay. So you weren't constantly moving. When would she said it was very different back then. She said there were they actually did have some seasons back then. And she said summertime was when they were not moving. And like at spring they would make a camp. Like towards the end of spring they would make a camp. And throughout the summer they would live in this area where they had made like a little camp. And that is when they would do their craftsmanship. And that is when she would take out the stockpile that they had collected from their travels. And she would make like these elaborate. She did a lot of like cloth weaving. It was mostly with wool though, because you guys did have sheep. But she would color it, and it would be beautiful colors and patterns, and she just loved doing it. And she said about mid-fall they would start packing up. And that is when they would start making their circuitous, well, it's not circuitous, but they would start making their route around. So it was only like one trip a year to all these different places because of the travel time. Okay. So that's what they would do. They would, every year, they would hit this town once, this town once, this town once, and they would just like go all the way around. And then they would stop back. Now, did you camp pretty much in the same place every year? Okay. Close to it, yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so that's what she did. That's what her tribe did. Now, is there anything that I may have missed, or you want to talk? Anything else you want to talk about? No. Okay. Did you live until old age? I don't think you lived until old age. No. Did you die of something like natural? Yeah. she still has like her dark hair, and her hair is like, it's not black. It is a very, very deep brown, a very deep brown, so that it looks black. But if the light hits it, you can see that it's actually brown, but it's a deep, deep brown, and she actually has blue eyes. She doesn't have brown eyes. She has blue eyes. And I think, I want to say she was like maybe like 58 when she died. She doesn't have, I don't see like a lick of gray in her hair. And I don't think that she's projecting herself as younger. I think that's just the way. She didn't have very many worries. She lived a very good life. Of course, medicine wasn't what it is then. She isn't quite sure what she died of. Lifespans weren't that long back then for her to actually be that old. I guess that she was like one of the elders at that point to live to that old. But she didn't have any gray in her hair at all to be, considered an elder. It's just life expectancy really wasn't geared to live to 90 to 100 years old as it is now. So, and a lot of it is diet, diseases, germs, and stuff. And she says that she wasn't sick. She wasn't in pain or anything. I do think maybe there could have been a genetic disorder that might have resulted in her death. Because there's no symptoms of like an illness or even a sudden onset illness in her. I think maybe I don't know what their diet was. I don't want to say like high cholesterol. I don't know. There were probably a lot of fats. I mean, I know ancient Romans had just like a disgustingly fatty diet. I mean, they ate like freaking everything. And when I say everything, I mean they would make themselves throw up, and then they would eat again. I mean, it's just, so I don't know, maybe she had like maybe heart disease or something. I don't know what their diet was, especially when they were nomadic. But it wasn't kind of like sudden like a heart attack or anything. She didn't wake up in her body. She woke up and she was out of her body, and she was a spirit. She wandered around. How did you find out about the cave? She wandered through the desert, and okay, so she wanted to see what was in the land other than the route that they made. So she traveled and traveled, and she said she heard the voices. So you heard them from underground? Okay. How'd you get to the entrance though? If you heard them underground. So you just travel through the earth? Okay. Okay. So now, Dee does have some power to her. I felt that, what is going on? Wow. That's a little crazy. Something off camera that was. So Dee, she's kind of like gained a lot of power from being in that cave. And she's managed to carry through it. Now, have you ever been a djinn, worked in a capacity as a djinn for anyone else? You have. Okay. She says, I need to find the right person. I want to help someone that really needs me. I can be very useful to the right person. Now, so you've worked as a djinn, so you have enacted and manifested somebody's like wish or hope or desire. You have. Now, have you ever worked for a witch? You have. Okay. When was the last time that you worked with a witch? The late 1800s? Was that the last time you were ever paired up with anybody? Yeah. So you just jumped from doll to doll and no one knew you were there? Okay. Okay. So now, is there anything that I missed about your life that you want to talk about? No. Is there anything that you want to say? Anything else you want to say? No? Are you pretty much done with the interview? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so that is it with the interview for Dee. She is going to be a website exclusive for 1 full week, and then she's going to go up on eBay. As I've said before, if you buy off of my website, the dolls are going to be cheaper there than they are going to be on eBay, simply because eBay charges their own fees, and then I have to pay the PayPal fees on top of that. The PayPal fees are nothing compared to what eBay charges. And also, I would try to prefer to sell from my site because eBay likes to mess with my auctions, and I freaking hate eBay. So, Dee is going to be a website exclusive. You can find her on thesalemwillowwitchery.com. And to navigate very easily, at the very top of the page, you can click catalog, and it will take you to a blog type of page. And then all you have to do is, it will have like a little bar at the top. It will say spirit dolls, Wicca witchcraft items, and then it will say, like, I think it says more after that. And if you click on more, there's a drop down menu, and it tells you all the other things that are for sale. All you have to do to sort through all the posts there is click on spirit dolls. It will take you to the listings of all the spirit dolls that I have up for sale. You click on that post, and it will have pictures of her, a slight description. It will also have the YouTube video connected, so you can watch it from there, although you're watching the video now. And then it will have a Buy It Now button. If you click the Buy It Now button, it will take you directly over to PayPal. And you do not have to have a PayPal account like on eBay. You can pay with whatever card you have. Then she will ship out. Now, if you go to buy her, now I have to manually take down each post as soon as the doll is sold. If you go to buy her and you click Buy It Now, and you are redirected to the home page, it means that she's actually already purchased, and I just haven't had the chance to take her down yet. Nothing's wrong, you're not glitching, but because I enter in a quantity of 1, so that she won't be sold a couple of different times, PayPal says, well, what page do you want to send that person to if you're out of this item? And I said my home page. So you'll go right back to the home page if she's no longer available, and I just haven't been able to take her post down yet. But if she is still available and you click buy it now and it takes you straight to PayPal, then she's still available. Again, she's an exclusive on thesalemwillowwitchery.com for 1 week. And then next Sunday, she will go live on eBay, and she will obviously be marked up because of the difference in the prices. So if you are interested in Dee, absolutely go to my site, buy her there, because it's going to cost you less. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.